Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Ausgabe SI-Talk PTEC 2019. Und sie endet langsam, ich bin jetzt schon am Dienstag und ich habe jetzt bei mir Guyana Goldstrike, ist unser erstes Interview. We never do an interview before, no,
So we have first one.
Peter Berdusco, er ist Präsident und CEO. Und nachdem es das erste Interview ist, wird es einfach ein Startinterview sein und schauen wir mal, was uns die Kamera so gibt. Peter, thank you to have time. I said in my German introduction, this is our first interview, so it's only a rough overview about the company. Thank you to have time. And it's really early in the morning, but it's still busy.
It is.
But PTEC is open.
PTEC is very busy.
It's always busy. So, coming to the company, what the company doing, in which area are you doing? Guyana Goldstrike, it's...
We're in South America, and for us that's exciting. We're in what is called the Guyana Shield.
Yeah.
The Guyana Shield is very similar to the West African.
Okay, that's from the spread.
Exactly. And so we felt that this was a smart move for us. Obviously, everyone understands and knows West Africa and the deposits and what's been discovered there. We're looking at the Guyana Shield having 1/3 right now of what's been discovered. Okay, so West Africa is 3 times what's in the Guyana Shield. It's been generally relatively very underexplored. And so when we looked at the Murphy Gold Project, which is our project in southern Guyana, it's a standalone. There's no one else in the south there. And we felt this was potentially opening the door to exploration in the south. The majority, 80-90% of the deposits and mines in Guyana are along the north coast. And so for us, we're set apart from our peers in the north and have an opportunity to establish ourselves in the south. What really made this exciting is the property came with the mining license as well. So we have established mining license in the south, opportunity for an area of light or portfolio of land development in the south, and the property already came with the resource. It was a historic resource, and we brought it into a compliant resource. It's under 1 million ounces, but it's an indicated and inferred. The third piece that makes this all work, though, is the blue sky on the property is tremendous, and it really is giving us an opportunity as we did great trenching last year. We're going to continue to do trenching this year and move to a drill program. But the trenching has really opened up the property. We had a discovery called the Toucan Ridge Zone, and it's really opened up the property, and we feel very confident that proper drilling and continued exploration, we will be able to get this property north of 1 million ounces. The potential is to be well north of 1 million ounces and really show the size of this. We want to build with the mining license, obviously, we want to be in a position to do, let's say, a 10-year mine life, right? You need to be around the 1.2, 1.5 million ounce.
To the ore body itself, is this more shallow?
Yeah, very good, yeah. This would be a multi-open pit site, with underground potential. So the underground really hasn't been tested.
How deep was the deepest holes?
Yeah, where our current resources, which is the Mazoa Hill Zone, we went down, historically, the deepest about 270 meters. And it shows the geophysics that we just ran as well in the fall. Just came up with that report last week, is showing that it's open to depth in many areas, including the Mazoa Hill Zone. So,
then especially the African mines can go really deep.
Yeah. Now the biggest consideration is grade. So with the indicated and inferred, the average grade is about 1.7.
Okay, it's good for certain.
Absolutely. And on occasions, what you'll find as you go deeper, that the grade can improve as well. So especially if we hit some high zones, some high grade zones. To be determined, but first off, let's continue to open up the property to this multi-pit type of model. Let's get in a position where we're north of 1 million ounces, and then we can start to explore a little bit more.
Guyana itself, how I don't read too much about Guyana. Is how it works there.
Yeah, you're leading me well, and I should have started off with that, to be honest with you. But English speaking, British common law, democratically elected, corporate tax 27.5%, very good corporate tax. Established mining act. There's been successful, there are successful Canadian mining companies in the country. Guyana Goldfields is an example. And so really well recognized, very good place to be doing business. They welcome Canadian companies, they welcome investment, for resource investment. And one of the biggest changes, and the readers would want to definitely look this up, is that there was oil and gas discovery by Exxon offshore. And the reserves right now are 5 billion barrels. Now the rumor is that could be actually 20, 25 billion. This is going to fundamentally change the landscape, the GDP, especially the landscape of Guyana. The GDP is expected to go up 400% by 2025.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. So this country is going through change. We feel fortunate to be in there early, so we can take advantage and be a part of this change. Yeah.
Wow. Coming to the share structure.
Yeah. Currently, just over 52 million shares outstanding, trading at 20-cent level, so $10 million market cap. Insiders, close associates, or circle of influence controls about 60%. And and then we have this is great because you've led me into our strategic partner, equity investor, Zijin. Zijin Funds, yes. So the fund branch, the fund branch. They shared our vision. They really liked the fact that everything that I was telling you about Guyana, why to do business there, and the Guyana Shield, and they saw Marudi as we saw it as a blue sky potential home run opportunity and really to establish yourself in the south. And quote unquote, they've said that this is really the model. Guyana Goldstrike is the model for further expansion or movement by Zijin into South America. And so we got great partners. They financed us last year $3 million, and continue to be great strategic partners moving forward.
Last question, what are you planning this year?
Yeah, so trenching and drilling. Yeah, so our discovery of the Toucan Ridge Zone, through our trenching, we did 12 trenches there, 1.75 kilometers strike length. We also discovered another zone to the east of that called East Marudi, and so we'll continue trenching there. And we want to drill test, confirmation drilling on the Toucan Ridge Zone. That's our start. And from there, we're going to continue to open up zones and areas and continue to trench and do our geophysics exploration and drilling.
Can you say how many meters you plan for this year to drill?
Initial phase 2,000, but upon our successes and confidence from there, we'll be moving to 20,000 meter.
How expensive is exploration?
Yeah, because we're in the south, there's a little bit of expense in terms of getting down there and because of the infrastructure and what have you. But we conservatively budget 300 US a meter.
Okay.
But we'll fall under that.
Okay, so this means for the 2,000 meters means 600,000 only after drilling.
Correct.
It's not too much.
No, it's not too bad.
Peter, thank you for the first introduction to the company.
Yeah, great.
It's very interesting. Guyana is not really on my landscape so far, I must say.
But now it can be.
Now it can be, absolutely. Last year, the most or the best drill results, what you're getting out?
Trenching.
Trenching.
Trenching. Well, trenching was fantastic. I mean, we were trenching 200-300 meter trenches. These are major trenches going down sometimes 9 meters in depth. What's really key with the trenching here is we weren't sampling the saprolite or the soft rock. We were actually getting down to the hard rock, the fresh rock. 85-90% of our sampling was the hard rock.
So it's a very low overburden.
Yeah, very low. Yeah, rather very low. Because with the trenching, we were benching, so we'd get the excavator, bench it in, and then it allowed you to go deeper. So it was very effective, and we were getting. We had interval lengths up to 40 meters, but some of our and we had grade up to 24 grams.
Wow.
In our grade. That's not the average. I'm giving you the best runs, right?
What's my question?
yeah. But in terms of an overall average, we were very consistent in anywhere from 3 meters to, I'm kind of giving you a guesstimate now, but maybe 3 meters to 6 or 8 meters of 1.5 to 2 grams. Yeah.
So that's what the average is around from your resource.
Yeah, from our previous resource, we're hitting it right dead on. Yeah, the property will yield a very good, anywhere from 1.7 to 2.
But when there's so small overburn, it means the strip ratio will be really small.
Well, it's really good. So previous operators had put a little bit of a mine plan into place, right? Because they were doing the mining license, so we had to do some planning for that. And they set their strip ratio at 4 to 1. So with some of the discounted cash flow modeling that we do ahead of time to give us a roadmap to see, hey, is this economic? Will this work, right? We're doing a 5 to 1, and the numbers still come back really, really good.
Okay, Peter, thank you for the first introduction. Ja, das war jetzt ein Erstinterview von Guyana Goldstrike. Worum es geht, wissen wir schon. Erstens einmal Gold natürlich, zweitens Guyana. Und wir haben sehr viel auch über das Land gesprochen, englischsprachig. Was ich nicht gewusst habe, ist, dass Exxon dort davon einen Ölfund gemacht haben, wo angeblich 5 Millionen Barrels sind oder 25 Millionen Barrels. Also richtig großes Feld und angeblich soll das natürlich auch nach Kalkulation des GDP dort nach oben bringen. Sie sind mit ihrem Feld im Süden des Landes, nicht im Norden. Im Norden sind sehr viele Minengesellschaften, auch bekannte Minengesellschaften, bekannte kanadische Minengesellschaften, und die verdienen auch dort gutes Geld. Was im Süden allerdings spannend ist, sie sehen das so sozusagen als Türöffner für diese ganze Region. Das ist der erste Punkt. Der zweite Punkt ist, sie haben das Projekt akquiriert mit einer historischen Ressource drauf und auch mit einer Minenlizenz. Das heißt, das Genehmigungsverfahren ist relativ einfach, weil eigentlich schon Minenlizenz schon existiert. Sie haben letztes Jahr sehr viele Trenches gemacht. Das Trenches war interessant, dass das schon in das Muttergestein sozusagen, wenn das eingedrungen ist und nicht dieses verwitterte Gestein oberhalb. Und dort haben sie sehr große Intersektionen gefunden, teilweise bis 6, 10 Meter lange Intersektionen, durchschnittlich 1,5 bis 4 Gramm pro Tonne. Sie haben aber auch bis zu 24 Gramm gefunden, und in diesem Jahr ist es sozusagen geplant, dass sie natürlich diese Trenches fortsetzen, weil die Länge ist sehr groß, aber auch gebohrt werden soll, um sozusagen das Ganze zu bestätigen und dementsprechend die Ressource dann im Endeffekt zu erhöhen. Ein Ziel ist, jenseits der 1 Million Marke unten zu kommen bei der Ressource, weil dann haben wir ungefähr 10, 12 Jahre Minenleben, und das ist eigentlich notwendig, um auch die guten Zeiten am Goldpreis zu haben. Und auch es ist sehr wirtschaftlich, weil es einfach nur Open Pit ist, jetzigen Kalkulationen zeigen das an, dass da auch bei dem aktuellen Goldpreis sehr, sehr gutes Geld verdienen können. Es war ein Erstinterview, Guyana Goldstrike, und von der PDEC 2019 in Toronto. Tschüss und Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.